Hi, today I would like to speak to you about your gut health. Some people do not realize how important their gut contributes to their overall and optimal health. I want you to begin to think about the gut as the link between the outside world and the inside world of yourself. It is where the outside meets the inside of who you are. And so it requires a lot of care. Most people forget that the gut does much more than simply digesting our food. Our gut health impacts our energy, skin, and immune system, our ability to concentrate, sleep, and much more. Poor gut health can wreak havoc on so many aspects of our lives, many of which people are totally unaware of. If you start taking care of your gut and being mindful about the foods that you eat, you should expect better skin, better sleep, better focus, and a healthier immune system, especially if you have children. You want to support them to achieve these, to enable them make progress in academics, their social life, and their spiritual life as well. People should have a gut health at the forefront of their mind, especially this year. I would like you to make it a priority. It is much more important than you think. And I'll tell you more about the importance as I go along. We need to take care of our gut a bit more. We need to show it some love. Because it would make 5 things better for us. And these things include bloating and excessive gas. If you're somebody who has bloating and gas, which makes you feel uncomfortable, you want to look into your gut health. And I want you to know that the cause of it is low stomach acid and poor enzyme production, which makes our body unable to break down food, fiber, sugar, and fats, and allows bacteria ferment, which creates gas and bloating. Now, there are certain supplements that can help you with produce more enzymes to help you. But your changing your diet would help massively. When your gut is not looked after, you have less focus and concentration. This is another sign of poor gut health. Lots of chemicals in our brain originate from our gut. Do you see why I'm talking about children? And if you want them to concentrate and make progress at school, we need to look after their gut. A phenomenon known as the gut-brain axis. So there's a relationship or a link between the gut and the brain. So a healthy gut means better brain function. This is why you see that people who are healthy are usually very happy people, because there's a connection between what's going on in the gut and what's going on in the brain. Sadness, depression, anxiety comes from a poor gut health. So you start healing yourself from the inside and it improves your mood, if you see what I mean. The main chemical needed for concentration are dopamine and noradrenaline, acetylcholine, which are all produced in the gut before being taken to the brain. If you struggle concentrating or suffer with a low attention span, again, children, teenagers, you might want to take a look at your gut health. Another impact of poor gut health is skin. Poor skin. A healthy gut can act as a detoxifier and fuels the production of collagen, which is very good for the skin. This is why food is so important. Things like probiotic and other supplements can also help with this. If natural detoxification doesn't occur in the gut, so if we don't get rid of toxins, they will be reabsorbed into the body through the gut and pushed out through the skin, and it can cause inflammation, redness, and acne. So people with eczema, people with psoriasis, looking after the gut would help massively. I know because I had eczema and my children had it too. It is only when I started looking into their nutrition. I personally used steroid for most of my life because I was unaware of the impact of nutrition. But with my children, having stopped using steroid on their skin because it thins the skin, and having looked into using nutrition, I have seen a massive difference. I used to have loads of dandruff, you know, the type where it looks like rice, dry rice is blended and poured into somebody's hair. That's the kind of dandruff I used to have. Today, it is all gone. Why? Because I have healed my gut, and it's also showing up on my skin. If you follow the things I am suggesting and you request for the Eat to Heal guide, it would help you a lot to nourish the inside of your body so it starts to show up on your skin. When you're healthy, your hair will grow. When you're healthy, your skin will be smooth. When you're healthy, your teeth will look healthy. Your children will be happy. You will be happy. Okay? You will notice it. A happy person is a person with a good gut health. Another way to know that there's a problem with your gut is if you're not sleeping well. Good sleep requires good level of melatonin, which initiates the onset of sleep, and it's converted from serotonin. Now, melatonin is what helps us fall asleep at night. And so if we have poor gut health, we're not able to convert the serotonin, which we have during daytime, into melatonin. Your body works as a clock, and it should be able to make this conversion if our gut health is well. Now, this serotonin is produced in the gut and requires amino acids and probiotics for its creation. A healthy gut that can produce lots of serotonin can not only improve your ability to fall asleep, but also keeps you asleep. Okay, the quality of sleep is very good and it's deep. You would rarely be waking up to go to the bathroom or go to the toilet to ease yourself, okay, because you are getting good quality sleep. And your body should wake up. You should wake up at the same time every day if your body is working well. Okay, you also, it's not like I always said when I did the audio on sleep, if you want to listen to it, it is not about what time you sleep. It's more important that you wake up at the same time, having had between 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. You shouldn't be waking up dreading getting out of bed because you're tired. That's a sign that you didn't get a good sleep. Another sign of a poor gut health is frequent coughs and cold. Our gut and our immune system are very much interlinked. Our gut regulates immune function through the intestinal barrier. In fact, around 70% of our immune system is driven by our gut. So it's very important to take good care of it. A healthy gut means a strong immune system and faster immune response. So your body is able to fight off infection very quickly because your gut health is sound or well or efficient. Now, if you're constantly falling ill, having an infection, cough and cold, that's another way of you knowing that you need to do more for your gut health, which means you will be hit with those nasty colds very often. Now, how do you improve your gut health? You want to eat real food that your body will recognize, okay? Not Frankenstein food. Don't cook your food till it's dead. Don't eat food that are made, factory made, with loads of additives and chemicals. For anyone who's suffering from poor gut health, one thing I would recommend is that you look into using loads of different fruits and vegetables to populate your gut. Okay, you want to start thinking about using prebiotics. And these prebiotics are food that your bacteria, the bacteria in your stomach, eats to keep them alive and to stimulate the growth of them. Now, some people use supplements and some people just use fermented food. Another thing that you need to do is to bring these good bacteria in by using probiotic, which is the bacteria itself. Okay, and these things, probiotic and prebiotic, can be gotten from food like banana, an apple, asparagus, onion, garlic. Some people use yogurt. I don't, because I am not, I am dairy intolerant. But if it works for you, you might want to try it. There are so many probiotics that you can research. If you would like to know what I personally use, because I try to avoid dairy, cow's milk, because I find that I am intolerant of it and it causes me a lot of bloating. So I use other probiotics that have worked tremendously, and I've also used it for my children to heal their eczema. Okay, let me know. Now, the other thing I would say finally is this: most health issues are interconnected. I need you to know this, and they are all linked back to food. Poor performance of our kids in academics. Massive amounts of kids are struggling with learning difficulties, mood disorder, obesity, the capacity to learn and succeed in life, which is burdening our population. Where 1 in 2 people have chronic diseases, 40% have more than one. In fact, it is mostly driven by our food and from ultra-processed food. We burden our pockets financially because at some point we would have to depend on medication. So it's best to start working on things that we already do to improve and save us money in the future, and that food is one of those things that we can use. 1 out of 3 have diabetes, and most of our money at some point will go towards buying medication. And these are all caused by our poor lifestyle choices. Huge amount of social injustice, poverty, depression, mood disorder, behavior disorder, violence, suicide, homicide, which are all complex issues, often related to the food we eat. Remember that gut-brain barrier I talked about. There's a link between what's happening in our gut, which is from food, and from what is happening in our brain. Some countries are struggling to find healthy recruits to join the army because they are overweight. Most get rejected as a result of poor health or poor physical health. There is environmental degradation leading to climate change. These are not different problems. They are all related. Everything we're going through in this world is all related to the way we treat our environment. Eating healthy is not necessarily expensive when you have the right knowledge, skills, and tools. You can feed healthy for less and longevity. Okay, our aim is not to live long in poor health, but to live long in optimal health. You can eat better for your pocket and the climate. I know a lot of people don't even have a roof over their head, let alone a kitchen, or have pots and pans and microwave or a fridge to make access to food easy for them. Some people have to take work 3 jobs. It's difficult to transport themselves. By the time they get home, they're too tired to think about good food or real food or cooked food. They go for fast foods because it's easier and it's quicker. that is cheap and easy to feed their kids because they are very busy. I empathize with you, and I hope you find a strategy that works for you to source the most nourishing most nourishing food that would feed your family and keep them healthy for the long term, saving you money in the long term and other health issues. I really hope this works for you, and I wish you well on your healing journey.